Winter is here, and while the Bear is heading indoors, it certainly isn't going to hibernate. It's basketball season, and the gyms of Caribou County are heating up for this season's road to the playoffs. Whether it's the Soda Springs Cardinals, the Grace Grizzlies, or the North Gem Cowgirls, there is room for all in this Bears winter wonderland. So come on in out of the cold and get yourself ready for Caribou County basketball on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Local sports on KBRV 800 The Bear are brought to you by Sanders Furniture, Reed's Plumbing and Heating, Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. We are 20 minutes away from tonight's opening tip, so let's head courtside with the voice of Caribou County sports, Caleb Burgraff.
And welcome everybody out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as it's time for them to take on Grace and the Grizzlies once again on KBRV 800 The Bear and online where you can watch live video streaming of tonight's matchup at mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs. Not a whole lot of time to waste, so we're going to jump right into this one. The Grace Grizzlies again taking on the Soda Springs Cardinals for the second time this year, as this is a matchup and a rematch of the last time these two teams faced in Grace when it was a 43-33 win for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and it was much closer than even that score would indicate. We have more coming up for you on the pregame show, including our standout student brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind. That's on the other side of this break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Today, my new dad and I shot off a rocket in the park.
Today, my new son and I failed to shoot off a rocket.
The rocket launched into the air.
And then crashed into the pond.
I'll never forget that day.
I'll never forget that day, even if I tried.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton food specials from November 19th through December 2nd. Don't forget to check out Lalaton's for your turkey selections, as they have plenty of frozen turkeys for your Thanksgiving meals. They also have you covered with holiday rib roasts at $7.99 a pound, or frozen bone-in half-spiral hams at $1.29 a pound. Looking for some fruits and vegetables? They have yams for 49 cents. Don't forget about their cranberries at $1.99 for every 12-ounce package. That's a look at all your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, as it is another time for Caribou County basketball on KBRV 800 The Bear. It's now time for the Caribou Motor Rewind standout student, as we had a chance to sit down with Zach Housley, a junior at Soda Springs High School, back with their comments after this on this presentation of Soda Springs Cardinals basketball and Grace Grizzlies basketball on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs.
For the past 32 years, the team at Caribou Motor Rewind has been specializing in pumps and electric motors, including domestic pumps for house wells. Offering parts and service, they have everything you need. The team at Caribou Motor Rewind thanks everyone in southeastern Idaho for your business and congratulates area high school students on their hard work and dedication to schoolwork and to sports. Caribou Motor Rewind, 198 North Hooper, Soda Springs. Stop in today.
Caleb Burgraff here with Zachary Housley from Soda Springs High School. He's our standout student for this week. And Zach, how's the school year been going for you so far?
It's been going pretty well. We're having a lot of success in sports and having a good time in school, doing well in classes.
What are some of the classes that you're taking this year, and which ones are your favorites to go to?
Some of my classes this year are government and Math 143, which is one of my favorite just because of the challenge it brings and how much you learn in a school year.
That's something about classes. Whenever you talk to kids, a lot of times you think the kids would gravitate towards easier classes, but I found here at Soda a lot of kids gravitate towards those harder classes. What makes you want to get into those more challenging, difficult classes?
I know that I can learn a lot more in these classes, and so in the future I'll be more ready for college and prepared so that I can do better.
One of the other things that comes through in those classes is who's teaching the classes. What do you look for in a teacher? What makes a good teacher to you?
A good teacher to me is someone who's willing to put the time in to help every student and help me individually if I need help, and that really tries to bring the best out of us in both athletic and educational abilities.
When you look at who the teachers are, it's a tough question for you and it puts you on the spot, but who's your favorite teacher in the school so far?
I don't really have a favorite teacher. I have a lot, but I don't know. I don't have a favorite teacher.
When you look at other stuff that you do outside of school, what's some of the things that you keep yourself busy with? Do you do sports? Are you involved in any clubs outside of that?
I do a few sports. I run cross country and I play baseball and try to snowboard when I can.
Where's your favorite place to go snowboard if you got a chance to hit the slopes?
Anywhere backcountry, anywhere I can snow machine up and ride in the powder.
So you like a little bit more of the freestyle, not necessarily going up on a normal run, but just getting off on your own into the backcountry.
Yes.
When you look at the sports you do, cross country obviously had another successful year this year. What are some of the things that you get out of cross country and what makes you enjoy running?
What I get out of cross country is hard work, and I enjoy it because I get to push myself to the limits and I get to see how far I can go and how far I can become and progress as I go.
When you look at the two sports that you do, which one do you like more, baseball or cross country?
It'd have to be a tie. I really like cross country because of the success, but baseball has been one of my favorite sports that I like to play.
Outside of all that stuff, what do you do for fun when you're just around Soda, just kind of hanging out around the town?
I like to snowboard in the winter times, and in the summer times I like to dirt bike and four-wheeler and do outdoor things.
Always good to keep yourself busy and outside. A couple more questions for you. I know that your junior year, obviously, plans for after high school have to start creeping up into your mind. What are your plans for after high school? You talked a little bit about a mission, and are you excited for that? And if you had a choice, where would you want to go?
Yeah, I am very excited for my LDS mission, and if I had a choice, I'd go somewhere foreign, maybe South America, where I could learn some Spanish or Portuguese.
Final thing for you, and that's when you come to Soda Springs, what makes you excited to get up and come to high school in the mornings? What's different about this school that makes you want to get here?
This school is very competitive, and it's very competitive in athletics and in education. So what brings me to school every day is knowing that I can become better and I can compare to others and try to make myself as good as others, and so that in the near future I'll be better as a person.
Zach, thank you so much for taking the time to talk. You're a standout student for this week.
Thank you.
That was Zach Housley from Soda Springs High School, a junior at Soda Springs High School. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we will come back with our head coach interview with Kyle Christensen on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. This has been our standout student with Zach Housley, brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs.
mylocalradio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Welcome back out once again to Soda Springs High School on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. No one sees the game the way the coaches do, and it's time now for our head coach Wade Schwaneveld pregame coaches show. We'll take a few minutes to visit with opposing coach Kyle Christensen of the Grace Grizzlies. Then we're going to take a chance to sit down with senior Tawny Barfus from the Soda Springs Cardinals. And right now, we jump into that interview with Kyle Christensen from the Grace Grizzlies, who is in his, I believe, second year coaching at Grace and has good aspirations for this team as they continue to work their way through the season with their 2-2 record they're bringing to the table tonight.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Kyle Christensen, the coach of the Grace girls basketball team. And Coach, last week, up and down week for you. You had a very strong showing against the Soda Springs team, but weren't able to come away with that win. Then you turned around and played Bear Lake, and you have another strong showing, are able to win that game by 20 points. One of the things I was looking back on in those games is the consistency for your team, I think, has really taken a couple steps forward in last week, where you're really able to put together a little bit more of a solid game for 4 quarters.
Yeah, they've been, coming along really good. We're able to get a little more consistency out of them, and even in the Soda game. We got down early in that game, but they were able to battle back, get it within, 3 or 4 points. They hit their free throws at the end. We missed a lot of shots in the end of the fourth, but we were pleased with how we competed with them, and then bring it back 2 days later against Bear Lake. They were able to play a solid game from start to finish, and we were happy with that.
One of the things that I've seen from your girls, too, and from you as a coach, is that defensively on that side of the ball, you really like to mix things up. You never really see the same defensive scheme all the way through a game. It's not always going to be press, but you will press sometimes. It's not always zone. Sometimes you'll swing it to man. Is that something you like to do as a team?
Yeah, I like to change it up a little bit. It makes the other team, they can't just get set into one offense. Which last year we played strictly man, start to finish. And a lot of teams, were able to. You give a team a lot of time, especially good teams, to figure out how to, to break that man, and sometimes you have breakdowns on that. And this year we've kind of had a focus of trying to switch it up a little bit.
Caleb Burgraff with Kyle Christensen from Grace Basketball. And Coach, as you look at this week, Thanksgiving week's always a little bit tough for teams when it comes to scheduling practices and dealing with the off time. How do you do that as a coach, and how do you get your girls to stay focused through this week?
That's always tough with the holidays. That's one of the challenges of coaching basketball when you have Thanksgiving. Just get going in your season, 4 games already, then you get basically a week off. The holiday jammed in the middle. You still got to practice, you still got to step on the court, especially where we had a lot of experience with our girls this year. It's good to have them come to practice, focus, work hard while they're here. We're taking the day off for Thanksgiving to enjoy the holiday. But we got Soda Saturday night. You have to keep that in your back of your mind that, even though it's kind of a mix-up schedule, practice-wise, you still have to step on the court Saturday.
When you look at that Saturday game against Soda Springs, how nice is it to be able to focus on just that game this week as you get ready for that? And what do you need to do differently when you take on Soda this time around, especially going to their gym to do it?
Basically, game plan, defensively, you still have to just try to slow them down. They like to get out and run, and I thought we were really pretty good at that here, taking away a lot of their fast break points. They had to execute in the half-court set, and they have good shooters. They knocked some shots down. Most importantly for us is we have to hit some shots. We shot, 20-something% in that game. And if you can't hit shots, it's going to be a long night, as evident in that Soda game and at Westside last week.
Well, Coach, that game should definitely be a good one. We're going to be covering that one as well, and it should be a good week of practice, hopefully, you guys leading up to it. Thank you, as always, for the time.
Hey, thank you very much.
That was head coach Kyle Christensen from the Grace Grizzlies ladies basketball team. We'll take a quick break to remind you that this is brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital. This presentation of sports in Caribou County, I should say, brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities. They also feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. Caribou Memorial Hospital Living Center and clinics at 300 South, 3rd West in Soda Springs. We'll be back right after this with Tawny Barfus from the Soda Springs Cardinals on KBRV 800 The Bear and online, where you can watch live video streaming of tonight's games at mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as we're just about set for the opening tip-off as we continue our pregame show, as we'll talk with Tawny Barfus now from the Soda Springs Cardinals. She is a senior for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and she joins us now on the pregame show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Kayla Burgraff joined here with Tawny Barfus from the Soda Springs girls basketball team. And Tawny, the season, a couple weeks into it now, you're a couple games into it, you have a winning record, your only losses to Teton in your last game. What are your thoughts just overall on the way the season started out for your senior year?
It's been good. We've had some challenges, like the fundamentals, basically just boxing out and getting great passes, but we're getting there.
You guys have a very young team. You're one of the senior leaders on this team alongside Callie Groning. What's it like being in that senior leadership position this year when you don't really have a lot of other seniors with you?
It's different. I never thought I'd be in this situation, but it's something that is really fun and challenging, and I like it a lot.
When you look outside of the seniors and you look to some of the younger girls, who are some of the younger players that you've seen stepping up in practice that you've been impressed with so far this year?
Jessie Belknap has really stepped up, especially in Teton earlier this week. She did really well. And then Taylor Myers is really aggressive, and she's just been doing great lately too.
On the team, you guys don't really have a lot of size this year. You've been battling it out with that issue. You're one of the bigger girls on the team so far this year. What kind of pressure is on you and Jessie and on Kirsten Rasmussen as well when it comes to trying to battle in the post and trying to be the big girls on this team when you don't have the size other teams can sometimes throw at you?
It's all a mindset. I mean, if you think you're big, then you'll play big, and boxing out is basically what he wants us to do, and that's all just going to get the ball and how bad you want it.
Kayla Burgraff with Tawny Barfus from the Soda Springs girls basketball team. And Tawny, now that you look at tonight's game, you're taking on Grace, you're coming off of a loss. How much does having that loss in the background motivate you guys to get back onto the winning track tonight?
It helped us focus on things that we need to work on, and a loss is always good because you can learn from your mistakes, and it really helped us this week.
When you look at the last time you played Grace, you got a win at their place, but it was a kind of sloppy game when you guys played down there. A lot of turnovers for both sides. Ended up a 43-33 win for you guys. What did you learn from that game, and what do you need to do better from that game to this game?
The biggest thing is boxing out. That's the main thing our coaches stressed to us. And just playing as a team more and playing our game.
You look at tonight, it's after the holiday break. You guys are the first time onto the court in an actual game since then. Is there any worry about fatigue from the break and not necessarily being prepared for tonight and coming out a little bit slow, or do you guys think that that won't be an issue for you?
I don't think it'll be an issue. We've been practicing and we didn't overeat too much this holiday season, so I think we'll be fine.
Overeating's always the big worry for a coach, especially when it comes to the early season stuff and getting slow. So good to hear that. A couple more questions for you. The first one really looking just at the atmosphere that this team brings into the gym. On Tuesday against Teton, you guys ended up having a really good gym, a really good crowd, and a really good atmosphere. Do you expect that again tonight, and how much does that help you guys?
I definitely expect it tonight. Our town and our crowd is always good, and we always appreciate that and feed off of them.
Final thing for you, and that's as you look at these early season games, what's the biggest thing that you learn out of these early season games as a player? What do you try to take from these, knowing that even if you go into conference with a losing record, that is still not the end of the world?
These early season games are all about learning about your team, because it's a new team and you need to know what your teammate's going to do in a certain situation, and that's what the early games are for.
Tawny, thank you so much for the time. Good luck to you guys as you take on Grace tonight.
Thank you.
The senior Tawny Barfus here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. And with that, it is time for our starting lineups here at the home of the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals as they get set to take on Grace and the Lady Grizzlies in a big matchup between these two teams with more than just standings on the line. But in fact, it is a rivalry on the line that has not been played in quite some time until this year. Grace lost the first one 43-33 to the Soda Springs Cardinals, and Soda Springs wanting to continue their dominance over local teams in Caribou County here tonight. We start off looking at starting lineups here as we look at Grace to lead things off. They're going to be led off by number 12, senior Kyrie Christensen. Number 14 is Briston Kapp. Number 22 is Devaney Sorensen. Number 23 is Janessa Rigby, and number 24 is Brooke Matthews. A little bit of a twist and a shake-up in the lineup with Sorensen in the starting lineup tonight, as she is replacing Josie Jensen as a starter Kara Harrison as a starter for the Grace Lady Grizzlies. On the other side, for the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals, their starters look like this. Number 2, senior Callie Groning, is followed out by number 3, Alexa White. Number 12, Reagan Yamauchi. Number 22, Jessie Belknap into the starting lineup for the first time tonight. And number 24, Kirsten Rasmussen as well. Opening tip-off set to get underway, and we are underway as the 3C Grill in Grace. Opening tip, won over by the Soda Springs Cardinals, and they will bring the basketball forward with Reagan Yamauchi opening up play. She'll pass the ball over to the left side. Alexa White takes the pass to the right, and now will walk the ball back to her right. Crosses up to Groning. Now she'll move the ball to Yamauchi. Soda Springs working from right to left on your radio dial. Whites finds an opening spot at the top of the key. She looks inside. Now fires a pass down to Groning. Groning goes back up to Yamauchi, and she'll reset. 30 seconds gone by here. First quarter of play. Grace on the court on defense, trying to force the issue. Go at Yamauchi. Yamauchi now drives baseline, lays it up and in. Great job by Reagan finding the hole, finding the space, and going straight at Devaney Sorensen. Back the other way comes Grace. They beat the press. Sorensen holds the ball on the wing. Now passes it back to Christensen, who will direct some traffic at the top of the key. 7:12 to go here, first quarter, 2-0 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Grace trailing Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Grace moving the ball around the outside well. They'll go over to the far side, down low into the post. Rigby goes up for the shot, fouled on the way up. And that's going to send Janessa Rigby to the line. The foul is going to go on Kirsten Rasmussen. It'll be her first and the team's first. And early on, Janessa Rigby already striding to the line for a pair of free throws. 6:59 to go, and in the gray jersey, red trim, the first free throw up and good by Rigby, and it's a 2-1 game. Soda Springs trying to come away with 2 wins over Grace and the Lady Grizz here to start the season. As the second free throw up and no good. Yamauchi pulls down the rebound, and she's going to walk the ball up the right side of the court. Now pulls it back to the logo and lets the offense set. Goes to the right side. Groning holds it on the wing, guarded out there by Christensen. Now she tries to feed it into Rasmussen. Ball's almost poked away, now almost stolen again. It'll remain in possession of the Cardinals as Christensen was hounding both Rasmussen and Groning on that side. Groning inbounds the pass from the far sideline. Now it's going to be Yamauchi back to Groning. Looks down low. Finds Belknap. Now Belknap feeds it into Rasmussen, who loses her balance as she was being fronted by Kapp. And the Grizzlies will have to go back on defense, facing in the 2-3. Back to the top of the key goes Yamauchi. Right side Groning. Inside pass intended for Rasmussen. A foul is going to be called onto the floor as Kapp hits the deck. And they're going to call it on Kapp. And that'll be her first, as she was trying to be physical with Rasmussen on the baseline, and it did not work out in her favor. Yamauchi to do the inbounding now from the baseline, gets it into Belknap, back to Yamauchi on the lower right block, spin move, puts it up, lays it in. Reagan's got all the points for the Cardinals so far. They lead 4-1 in the early going of the first quarter. 6:15 to go. Kyrie Christensen to bring the ball forward. Crosses the timeline, gets crossed over, triple teamed up near half court. Now feeds a pass to Brooke Matthews, who gets it to Sorensen, right wing. Once again, Grace breaks the press, but they're able to bring it forward and now can run the offense. Christensen into the corner. Matthews thought about taking the 3. Now passes it up, fires one to Rigby at the right elbow. She'll move it over to Sorensen. Thought about the 3 as well before flipping it back to Rigby, who gets it to Christensen. Top of the key, guarded by Groning. Groning reaches in and fouls Christensen with a hack, going for the steal. And Groning got a little bit too aggressive on the reach there, and it goes over to Grace, who will inbound on the far sideline. For Callie, it's her first foul, team second. 5:47 to go. Devaney Sorensen with the basketball, using her dribble, top of the key. Drives to her left, gives it off to Christensen. She almost loses her dribble before flipping the ball to Rigby on the far side, but she's on the line, and the turnover is going to give it back over to Soda Springs. First turnover for either team tonight with 5:37 to go, first quarter. It'll be one more time the Cardinals to bring it forward. Yamauchi passes the ball right side where Groning will hold it on the wing. Working right to left again, the Cardinals in the white jerseys with the black trim. Yamauchi takes it in the left side corner. She's trying to dribble her way past Sorensen, catches a screen, dump pass back behind her to Kirsten Rasmussen. The pass was not on target, though, and they'll have to move the ball around. Reagan puts up a 3 from the top of the key, no good. Rebound's going to skip out to White, and she'll pass it back up to Reagan. Flip to Belknap, right side wing. Jesse drops home the deuce, and it's 6-1 with 5:05 to go on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Sorensen brings the ball forward, dumps it off to Christensen. She finds room, kicks a pass, the right side corner from 18 feet. No good on the shot that time is Rigby. Diving for the rebound is Groning. As she hits the deck, the foul is going to go against Brooke Matthews. That'll be her first foul, team's second foul, and with 4:55 to go, it'll be again Cardinals basketball to jog it up court. Reagan Yamauchi takes the point once again. Black leg sleeves, matching up against her uniform as she passes the ball over to Alexis White. She's going to move it inside. Great pass into Kirsten Rasmussen. She lays it up and in, and all of a sudden Soda starting out on an 8-1 run to open up the ball game in the first 3.5 minutes. The Grizzlies will bring it forward again. Pass over to the left side wing. Matthews gives it to Sorensen. Over on the wing, guarded by Yamauchi. Back now to Matthews in the corner. She goes to Christensen. Soda Springs not guarding them outside on the wings. Almost paid for it as the shot goes up from Christensen. Rebound's going to be tracked down by Cap. She goes inside where Rigby forces up a shot. She's going to be fouled and will head to the line again for 2 more free throws. The foul is going to go on Jessie Belknap and will be her first. And a good foul by Belknap on the baseline, though, in order to force Rigby, who's 1 for 2 so far tonight, to go to the line. Grace, not a great free throw shooting team so far this year, as the first free throw up and no good, and that holds true once again. Rigby, who's now 1 for 3, will have another free throw attempt coming up as she crouches, fires, and that one no good off the back rim. Rebound tipped out of bounds, last touched by Grace and the Grizzlies. And it'll be another chance now for Soda to bring the basketball forward after a substitution checks in. Josie Jensen will take her spot onto the court as she will replace Devaney Sorensen. And the score still remains 8-1. Soda Springs on top big here in the first quarter with 4:10 left to go. Yamauchi will bring the ball forward, passes it to White, who stands on the left wing. Just holds the ball in front of her, now goes overhead, fires a pass over Rasmussen's head. Luckily for the Cardinals, though, it goes off of Brooke Matthews and into the student section that stands behind the baseline. It'll be back into the hands of the Cardinals, though, as Yamauchi to inbound, fires a pass deep. White takes the basketball, feeds it to Groning over on the left side corner. She goes Belknap at the free throw line. Another jumper. No good. Rebound goes to Cap. And a foul is going to be called over the back on Rasmussen. So she'll pick up her second foul. Cap gets her second rebound. Rasmussen will check out as Taylor Myers will check into the game for the first time today. Back to inbound is going to be Grace once again. That man full court pressure being applied by Soda Springs once again. Groning going to force Christensen to walk it up. 3 minutes and 51 seconds as now White is going to reach in and get called for the foul as she got a little bit too aggressive trying to go for the steal and ends up catching a little bit of flesh when she slapped Christensen. 8-1 still your score. 3:49 to go. Christensen inbounds the basketball to Rigby, who's going to take the point. She goes to her left, crosses back over, spins around, and goes on Groning's right side. Bounce pass into the middle. Jensen takes a step into the lane, loses the ball. Picked up on the play by Soda Springs and Belknap. She fires it quickly to Taylor Myers. Dumps a pass out to the right side. Casey Smith with a shot, too short, no good. Rigby tracks down the board as Janessa gets the third board of the game for Grace and the Grizzlies. 3 minutes, 24 seconds. Grace pushes the pace up to Matthews. Steps back, puts the shot into the middle. Christensen drives the lane, lays it up, and she'll have a pair of free throws coming up as she's fouled on the way into the lane. This one's going to go on Belknap again. That'll be her second foul. And for Kyrie, it's a chance to get into the scorebook now where the Grizzlies are 1 for 4 at the free throw line, trailing 8-1 in the game so far. As again, the lid has been on the basket on the right side of the court, but Christensen opens it up a little to sneak a fingertip through, trying to get into the cookie jar and gets the first free throw to go. 8-2 your score now, 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go. Christensen again crouches, goes through a routine, free throw up, splashes it down, and Grizzlies now move to 3 for 6 on the night and back within 5. 3:18 to go as Yamauchi brings it forward. Near side, Taylor Myers on the wing, passes it up top. It's going to be taken there by Barfus. Now to Smith, over into the corner. Myers puts up a little jumper, airballs it over the hoop, goes off of Matthews. I don't think she was expecting the airball, and it ends up going out of bounds off Matthews, back over to the Cardinals once again. Set to do the inbounding again is going to be Yamauchi. She passes this one into Smith in the corner. She'll drive baseline, throws the ball off with a foot of Matthews, as I think she was going for a bounce pass to the backside where Yamauchi was making a cut. Instead, it's going to be another inbounds for the Cardinals as Reagan will look to do the pass in. She gets a backdoor cut wide open and missing the layup. Taylor Myers and Matthews hit the deck as they both collide for the rebound. That is going to be, I believe it'll be Soda Springs basketball still after the inbound or after the jump ball is called. And another chance for Reagan to do the pass in. She's going to go to that backdoor look again, and now a quick buzzer. It will be Grace basketball on the jump ball now, excuse me. And so it will actually be Grace basketball now, as they had some confusion on the inbounds and on which direction the arrow was pointing. Grace will be the ones to do the inbounding, though, as Christensen will stand on the baseline. Passes it into Matthews. Looks for the pass back. Now Matthews is going to use her dribble, guarded by Casey Smith. Spins back around, gets it to Christensen, still in the backcourt, guarded by and fronted by Groning. Now they go to the left, into the lane. Christensen floats one into the basket and drops it home. Kyrie Christensen with a pair. She's got 4 points in the game now. It's 8-5 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Cardinals with the ball back the other way. Smith goes top of the key, crosses into the free throw line, kicks it outside. Yamauchi puts up a little jumper from just inside the three-point line on the wing, rattles around the rim before dropping through. Reagan's got 6 of the 10 points for the Cardinals now. 2.5 to go. Christensen pushes up, goes over to Jensen in the corner. Jensen's pass trying to get this one into the hands of Matthews is going to be tipped out of bounds almost by Groning, but Groning with a heads-up play is going to throw it off of Matthews and back into the hands of the Cardinals. The third turnover for Grace and the Grizzlies in the game, to none by my count for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Cardinals doubling up Grace and the Grizzlies. 2:18 to go, 10-5 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Yamauchi brings the basketball forward over to her right. Crosses in, now tries to go left. No, she still goes baseline right, fouled on the way up. Yamauchi heading to the line for a pair of free throws. No, they'll call it on the ground, and they're going to say Brooke Matthews with the foul. That's going to be her second, with it being a foul on the floor. It's a good foul, in my opinion, on that one, as you keep Yamauchi, who's on fire so far to start the game with 6 points, a little bit quiet and force the Cardinals to go to somebody else. They'll go into Taylor Myers. She drives into the baseline, puts up a shot wildly off the backboard. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Jensen, and the Cardinals will come back the other way with the basketball. Christensen hesitates on the drive inside, pulls the ball back out towards the logo at center court. Walks to her left, catches a screen from Shelby Stoddard, fresh into the game. Now fires the pass to Harrison. Quick give and go into the hands of Christensen, who drops down onto the deck. A jump ball is going to be called, and it'll go back over to Soda Springs, so another Grace turnover on the jump ball. 1:46 to go now. 10-5 your score on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard here in quarter number 1. Cardinals will give it to Yamauchi, and Yamauchi's going to walk it slowly across the logo at center court. Shelby Stoddard giving her space as Shelby stands just inside the three-point line, and Yamauchi fires the ball over to Groning. Groning hesitates, puts up a three ball from the wing, airballs this one off the backboard, rebound onto the ground, pulled up by Christensen. She's going to drive forward, hits the deck. It's going to be out of bounds, last touched by the Cardinals, but a lot of contact. The officials letting them really play there on that one. Maybe a couple different chances they could have blown the whistle, but either way, Grace is going to end up coming away with the basketball. And when I say there's a couple of times when they could have blown the whistle, there were several times on both teams, as Christensen was very rough and brutal when she was getting the rebound, and Christensen obviously hitting the deck on the back end. Grizzlies inbound the basketball, almost throw it away. Jensen picks it up, fires it to Harrison. Harrison drives in a couple steps, kicks it outside. Jensen wide open for three, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped outside to Rigby, and Rigby's going to pass it up to Stoddard, who's going to reset the offense. Stoddard goes over to Sorensen, now a whistle away from the ball, and a turnover back over to the Cardinals. And that's going to be a shove off by Josie Jensen for her first foul. The 5th turnover by Grace and the Lady Grizz. 1:09 to go now. Cardinals still up 10-5, and to bring the ball up is going to be Ariana Finlayson. Ariana goes to her right side, now crosses back at the wing to drive in. Flips the ball into the paint. Myers goes underneath with a pass into Tawny Barfus, who lays it up and in for the 12th point for the Cardinals. It's 12-5. 51 seconds to go. Grace brings the ball forward once again. Top of the key. Stoddard kicks the ball over to Rigby on the wing. Now she'll drive around to her right. Dumps a pass out. Intended that one for Sorensen. She throws it away to Casey Smith, who cuts up the lane, lays it up. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound pulled in by Taylor Myers, who does lay that one up and in for her first basket of the game. 6 turnovers for Grace, and a lot of them resulting in points. Make it 7. Back the other way. Another turnover forced by the press of Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Under 30 seconds to go. Ariana takes the point once again. She'll slow the pace down. White holds onto the basketball. Her team, the Cardinals, up by 9 points. Now she'll lose the ball. Picked up by Sorensen, and the foul is going to be called after the turnover. Soda Springs commits their first of the game with 12.7 to go here in the first quarter. Foul is going to go on Alexa White. That'll be her second and the team's 7th. And it'll be an inbounds for Grace and the Grizzlies. 11 seconds to go. Christensen's going to push the pace up the court. Has Ariana Finlayson hounding her from behind, but it's not going to matter as Christensen cuts straight to the hoop on the right side of the lane, lays it up to get it back to a 14-7 game as we reach the half, or the break in between quarters. We'll take another one here on KBRV 800 The Bear, and back after this online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
14-7 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard here at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. The Grace Grizzlies trailing the home squad with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter as we're just about to get underway. And Sorensen taking 1-and-1 free throws at the line. Can't hit the front end. I believe that was after the foul that was called at the end of the first quarter of play. That was supposed to be 1-and-1 free throws, and that's what I was kind of confused on for a moment there, but she misses the front end, so it will be back over to Soda Springs and Grace to inbound as they have the possession arrow facing in their favor. And with 7:57 to go, back underway here in quarter number 2. 14-7 your score. With the ball, Kyrie Christensen goes to her right, looks to drive in, now pulls it back out on the left wing. She'll pass it up to Stoddard, stands top of the key, looks to her right, passes it to Christensen once again. She'll skip a pass to the top of the key again. Harrison looks to drive in, gets hounded and double team, loses the ball. It's Alexa White who takes it, gonna go coast to coast, fires a shot at the hoop, can't get it to go. Briston Camp pulls down the rebound, and it's a jump ball that's gonna be called as Grace will end up turning the basketball over as Camp couldn't secure the rebound. And no, it will be Grace basketball to inbound now, and full court pressure is gonna be applied, but it will be Soda Springs basketball. Grace was going to be the ones who were about to do the inbounding, but the officials get things figured out. 7:31 to go, and again, Soda Springs to pass it in. Taylor Myers fires one over to Finlayson, who's on the baseline, fouled over there as Kyrie Christensen got a little bit too close to Finlayson and picks up her first. That's the team 5th foul with 7:29. 14-7, and Myers set to inbound once again. She looks deep. Now looks close, and now is going to try and find somebody deep again. Gets it to Alexa White. Finds over and gives it to Casey Smith. Smith walks it to the top of the key. Now passes it to Finlayson once again. Looks to drive to her right. Bounces this one back to Myers. Standing over in the corner. Feeds the pass back to Smith, top of the key. Smith drives in a couple steps. Now loses the ball. Picked up by Barfus. She'll dribble at top of the key. Fires it to Myers. Puts up a jumper from 15. No good. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touched by Casey Smith. And it will go back to the Grace Grizzlies to, to bring the basketball forward. Christensen passes the ball to Stoddard. Back to Christensen, and Ariana Finlayson's going to force it back over to Stoddard to bring it across the timeline. 7:01 to go, still scoreless here in quarter number 2. Stoddard dribbles with the left hand, top of the key, flips this back off to Harrison, gets away with the travel at the elbow, now feeds it over to Christensen. Christensen to Stoddard, lines one up from 20 feet, in and out, no good. Rebound popped up and finally pulled in by Tawny Barfus, and back up court will come Finlayson as she'll take the point for Soda Springs. Still no score here in quarter number 2. 14-7, the score remains between the two squads as White will take the basketball left wing. She'll go to Smith, uses the dribble quickly now, top of the key, stops and pops, puts one up from 3, no good. Rebound goes to Christensen, and she'll pick up her second of the game, almost lose the ball, picks it up, pushes the pace under the baseline, and it's a blocking foul called by White. She tried to slide in front of Christensen, who was driving baseline, but couldn't get her body in place quickly enough. It'll be her third foul, team's 8th, and 2 more free throws coming up for Christensen as she looks to keep Grace in this game and get them a little bit closer, back within 5 points if she can make both of these. So Kyrie steps up. Right foot towing the line, stutter stepped, and the first free throw up and good. So she goes to 3 for 3. Grace goes to 4 for 8. At the line now with 6:20 to go, second quarter. One more coming up. The score goes to 14-8, 6-point lead for Soda Springs. Second free throw up and good by Kyrie as well. So make it a 14-9 ball game now, and back up court is going to come Reagan Yamauchi. She'll stand top of the key. Looks inside, steadies Stoddard, now drives in against Stoddard and is going to be fouled on her way to the hoop. That's on the floor. We'll see who this foul goes on. That is going to be called on Briston Camp in her second. 16 fouls, so still not in the bonus for the Soda Springs Cardinals. But it will be Soda Springs to inbound from their own baseline. Set to do it is Reagan Yamauchi as she looks into the line formation. Now the Cardinals break it up. It's going to be a turnover, picked off on the play by Kyrie Christensen. Drives left side, fouled on the way up. No call, though, as the rebound's going to be pulled down by Jessie Belknap for her first. And defensively, the Cardinals will come back up the court. 6 minutes to go here. Belknap loses the ball as it's thrown completely away from her. A backcourt is going to be called. Soda Springs all of a sudden looking very flustered on their side of the court. 3 turnovers all in this quarter in the first 2 minutes of the quarter. And the Grizzlies finding a little bit of momentum, but they haven't been able to get into the scorebook. We'll take a break as a timeout is going to be called by Grace and the Lady Grizzlies. We'll be back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online where you can watch live video streaming at mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs.
Here are your Lalaton food specials from November 19th through December 2nd. Don't forget to check out Lalaton's for your turkey selections, as they have plenty of frozen turkeys for your Thanksgiving meals. They also have you covered with holiday rib roasts at $7.99 a pound, or frozen bone-in half spiral hams at $1.29 a pound. Looking for some fruits and vegetables? They have yams for 49 cents. Don't forget about their cranberries at $1.99 for every 12-ounce package. That's a look at all your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals. Keep an ear out for your A&C embroidery shot of the game. They're in the business of making your business or team look good. Call them at 208-604-1775. They're your shot of the game sponsors. Devney Sorensen with the basketball to open up as she looks to try and find somebody. Use the dribble before feeding it over to Christensen, but she traveled first and turns the ball back over to Soda Springs. First travel of this quarter for the Grace Grizzlies. They got 10 turnovers in the game by my tally. 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go as Reagan Yamauchi back into the game will bring it forward. Passes it over to Casey Smith over on the wing. Looks inside. Now fires a pass far side to Groning. Skips it all the way across to the right sideline. Groning now brings it back around before driving around Smith. Now looks to step in, picks up her dribble, and feeds it to Yamauchi on the left side wing. Yamauchi drives to her left, guarded by Stoddard, goes baseline, kicks a pass underneath, Groning open, ball off the front of the rim. Devney Sorensen tracks it down, going coast to coast. She has it stripped away from behind as the Grizzlies turn it over after Sorensen pulled in the rebound. Grizzlies back on defense, but not quickly enough. Jessie Belknap's shot, though, is short, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Grace, so the Cardinals will keep possession. A scurry and flurry of events there between the two sides, and Grace will end up being the team that loses out on that flurry as it's back to the Cardinals. They'll inbound it. Barfus inside, the senior lays it up and in and it's a 16-9 game. First points of the second quarter for Soda Springs. Back to a 7-point advantage. Janessa Rigby with the basketball, feeds it into the middle. Josie Jensen with a short jumper from 15 feet, gets it to go. Back to a 5-point game. The Grizzlies answer right back. 16-11, 4:39 to go, and it's going to be Reagan walking the ball forward again. Right side, Casey Smith takes the ball on the wing. She'll feed it to Barfus, top of the key. Over to Yamauchi, drives baseline, puts it up with the right hand, misses it, and it's going to be rebounded by Kyrie Christensen, and the Grizzlies will look to bring it back up. Stoddard takes the point, working left to right in the gray uniforms with the red and white trim on the sides, and red numbers, or white numbers outlined in red on the back. 4:14 to go. Christensen lobs a pass to the corner. Sorensen just inside the three-point line. No good on the shot. Rebound goes right into the hands of Rigby. Her shot off the base of the backboard. Stoddard has the ball bounce right into her hands, and it's going to be the Grizzlies with another chance offensively. Stoddard finds her way into the lane, puts up a shot, fouled before the shot, though. She'll head to the line for 1-1. The foul goes on Reagan Yamauchi. It was a great cut by Stoddard into the lane behind the defense, who collapsed on the outside of the three-point line. And with 3:59 to go, Stoddard steps to the line for the first time with 1-1 free throws. 9th team foul, so after this is double bonus the rest of the way. Grace is going to get the offensive board after the free throw miss. Josie Jensen can't get the shot to go. Rebound squirts out, and Stoddard's going to pull this one back in as well. Grizzlies give it up top. Christensen, three-point shot, no good. Rebound fought for, pulled in by Barfus down on the baseline. Almost has it poked away from her hands, able to keep possession of it, though, and the Cardinals come back the other way. 3 minutes, 39 seconds. Yamauchi lines up a three-ball of her own, misses that off the side of the rim. This time the rebound's going to be picked up and poked out of bounds by Devaney Sorensen. She couldn't quite handle it after it was lost on the play by Casey Smith, who was trying to go for the rebound herself for the Cardinals, but it ends up going out of bounds. Last touch by Grace. Soda Springs keeps possession. It'll be Yamauchi to do the inbounding. Looks deep, passes one up to Groning. Open, top of the key for three. Can't hit that one. Rebound's going to go into the hands of Christensen. Her fourth of the game, and she'll push it back up the other way into the lane. Lays one up. No continuation, though, as they're going to call the foul on the ground. It'll still be 2 free throws for Kyrie Christensen after Callie Groning picks up her second foul. Christensen now with 8 points on the night, trying to make it 9 and 10, as she has 8 of the 11 points the Grizzlies have put up. But if the Grizzlies can make these free throws with Christensen at the line, they can cut it to a one-possession game. They have owned the second quarter after the Cardinals owned the first quarter, and the first one up and good, as Christensen remains perfect on the night, 5 for 5 from the charity line. 3:23 to go. And Christensen gets the ball bounced back to her once again. Kyrie takes one dribble, spins it, 2 more dribbles, puts the free throw up. No good. Rebound's going to be pulled in underneath, though, by Jensen. Her shot rolls along the hoop, can't get it to fall, and it's going to go back to the Cardinals. Yamauchi, pass up ahead. Casey Smith with the and one basket. Casey got underneath the hoop, able to find some room off the assist from Yamauchi, who passed it quickly up ahead, and the foul is going to be called on Devaney Sorensen. It'll be her first, team 7th, and to the line is Smith for 1 free throw. Her first scoring opportunity of the game, first chance for her to get into the books. First free throw up and down as she bottoms that one out. First free throw of the game for Soda Springs and the Cardinals. 19-12, they're up by 7. Big turn of events here as it's going to be Christensen with the ball. Passes it off to Stoddard as she looks to push the pace up the left sideline. Crosses the timeline, double team. Kicks the ball over to Christensen, though, over the wall of hands in front of her. She'll pass to Jensen, it is Jensen. Back to Christensen. Step back, deuce, got it to go. Smooth as silk from Kyrie Christensen. Back to a 5-point game, 14-19. Taylor Myers has the ball open on the wing. She'll put up a quick shot for the Cardinals. She gets her own rebound. She's going to have the ball kicked back out after she had another rebound, or a chance to shoot. Yamauchi gets the second rebound, and the Cardinals will slow the pace down, up by 5, 19-14. Reagan, right side, goes up top. Casey Smith open for 3, splashes it. Casey with 6 points, Yamauchi with a big assist, and the Cardinals lead swells to 8. Back the other way here now is it's going to be up the court for Grace and the Grizzlies once again. And with 2:15 to go, another chance for Grace at the line, as this time the foul is going to go on Taylor Myers. Apologize for the pause in the action there. and it will be Devaney Sorensen who steps up to the line. She is 0 for 1 so far tonight. Make it 0 for 2 as she can't get the first of the 2 free throws to go home. 2:15 on the big clock, 22-14 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Soda Springs leading the Grace Grizzlies, and the lead gets trimmed back down to 7. 22-15 as the second free throw is good by Sorensen. Yamauchi walks the ball forward. Over to her left, looks inside, guarded on the outside by Shelby Stoddard. She'll pick up her dribble, fires the pass up top. It's going to be Myers who loses the pass. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. Last touch, though, by the Grizzlies. And with 1:59 to go in the first half of play, it'll be another chance here for the Cardinals to inbound. They've had a lot of chances on these inbound plays and had a few of them work out for points right off of the pass. We'll see if they can do it again on a backdoor cut. Instead, they're going to have Yamauchi look deep. She looks to the back door, now looks deep once again and finds Casey Smith, who is the outlet. She fires it back to Yamauchi, who stands in the right corner. Dribbles it back around, spin move to the baseline, fires a shot over the hoop. Rebound goes into the hands of Josie Jensen for her fourth, and it's going to be again the Grizzlies pushing the pace back up court. Over to Stoddard. She walks it over to the right side wing, fires a pass down low, outside of the reach of Kyrie Christensen. Another turnover for Grace and the Grizzlies. They're 12th by my count. With 1:39 to go, they give it back to Soda Springs. That's where the Grizzlies have really struggled in this first half of play. It's been the turnover issues, and really the turnovers haven't come from the full court press the Cardinals apply. It's come from half court problems. Yamauchi with the basketball now for Soda Springs. Walking around the top of the key. Comes over to her left, catches a screen from Casey Smith. Stutter steps, pulls the ball to the baseline, flips the pass inside through the hands of Barfus, and it goes into the hands of Jensen, who will feed the ball forward, and Soda Springs will come back up the court once again. Stoddard with the ball, feeds it up top. Jensen fires a pass to Sorensen. She'll step inside, dumps a pass to Stoddard, who shot off the back iron. No good. Rebound goes out of bounds. Back over to Soda Springs once again, as Sorensen, who's crashing the boards hard, has it go off of her fingertips. 1 minute and 2 seconds to go, 22-15. Cardinals still up by 7 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. It'll be another chance here as Yamauchi walks the ball forward, crosses the timeline off to her left. 52 seconds to go now. Clock winds. Smith to Yamauchi. Drives to the free throw line, all the way around the right side, almost has the ball poked away by Kara Harrison. Kara lost her man, though, and it's going to be a shot put up by Barfus, who is left open, splashes it home. Tawny's got 6, and it's up to a 9-point lead, 24-15. Up court again, it's going to be Christensen. She'll cut into the lane, drives through, floats a shot up, too strong. Rebound to Sorensen, though. She's fouled on the play. Taylor Myers in the wrong place at the wrong time as Sorensen gets her second board. And Myers picks up her second foul. Be another chance at the line for Sorensen, who's 1 for 3 so far tonight. But she did make her last one. So she's got a little bit of rhythm at the line, and that works out for her. She knocks home back-to-back free throws now. Lead back down to 8, 24-16. For Grace, with the amount of turnovers that you've had in this game, I think going into half, only down by single digits would be a benefit, as the second free throw is good, cuts it back to a 7-point game. 3 for 5 now on the night is Sorensen, as it's going to be Yamauchi to walk it forward. Under 25 seconds to go. Yamauchi to the left side on the wing, guarded by Stoddard. Stoddard trying to cut off the baseline. Yamauchi step back from 8 feet, rolls it in. Great job by Yamauchi setting up the shot. Grizzlies come back the other way, 10 seconds to go. Christensen with the ball, flips it to Stoddard. Shelby gives it over to Jensen. Open from the wing for 3. Can't get it as it skips off the rim. Rebound goes to Belknap. She'll feed it to an outlet, and it goes into the half with the score sitting at 26-17. The Soda Springs Cardinals on top of Grace and the Lady Grizzlies here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com. Back after this on your home for Soda Springs basketball and Grace basketball on your home for Caribou County Sports.
Black Friday and Small Business Saturday are big events at Sanders Flooring, Furniture, and Appliance. These 2 days you can take an additional 10% off all furniture and appliances, including sale prices. Lazy Boy Furniture, new shipments arriving daily. Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, freezers, and microwaves. Take an additional 10% off this Friday and Saturday. And don't forget to sign up to win the 85th anniversary gift certificates to be given away next Monday. Sanders Flooring, Furniture, and Appliance on Main Street in Soda Springs.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the halftime show here. Caleb Burgraff on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Halftime brought to you by Machiko Therapeutic Services, as they are your home for all your therapeutic needs. 421 West 2nd Street, Suite 3 in Soda Springs, Idaho. Give them a call today, 208-547-4550. That's Machiko Therapeutic Services. Taking a look at the halftime numbers, starting with the Soda Springs Cardinals. They are being led in scoring by Reagan Yamauchi, 8 points tonight with 3 rebounds. She also has dished out 5 assists so far tonight, as she has had a very strong game for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Casey Smith is tied with Tawny Barfus for the second most points, as they both have 6 points apiece so far tonight. 2 rebounds for Tawny Barfus as well. After that, it's a scattering of points. Taylor Myers has a pair, Jesse Belknap with a pair, and Kirsten Rasmussen with a pair as well. Leading a rebounder is Reagan Yamauchi with 3 rebounds by my tally. Soda Springs has turned the ball over 4 times so far in today's game, so they have been very, very good on the turnover numbers. That's definitely something they fixed from the last time that they took on this Grace Grizzlies basketball team. I want to remind you this broadcast brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find qualified, happy, and fun working staff with the doctors who have real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialist surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities, and also feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. Caribou Memorial Hospital Living Center and clinics at 300 South 3rd West in Soda Springs. Back after this with the Grace Grizzlies halftime stats on KBRV 800 The Bear and online, where you can watch live video streaming of tonight's game at mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs.
How'd I do?
You'll get better. Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton food specials from November 19th through December 2nd. Don't forget to check out Lalaton's for your turkey selections, as they have plenty of frozen turkeys for your Thanksgiving meals. They also have you covered with holiday rib roasts at $7.99 a pound, or frozen bone-in half spiral hams at $1.29 a pound. Looking for some fruits and vegetables? They have yams for 49 cents. Don't forget about their cranberries at $1.99 for every 12-ounce package. That's a look at all your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out into the Machiko Therapeutic Services halftime show, brought to you by, obviously, Machiko Therapeutic Services in Soda Springs. As we take a look at the Grace Grizzlies halftime numbers now, the leading scorer for Grace, really, it's all been her. Kyrie Christensen, 11 of the 17 points coming from her hand. She also has 4 total rebounds in the game by my count, as well as being the leader in assists for the Grizzlies as well. She's right there in that category. Other scorers for the Grizzlies, Devaney Sorensen has 3 points, all those from the free throw line, where she is 3 for 5. 2 points for Josie Jensen and 1 for Janessa Rigby in the game as well. 18 total rebounds for the Grace Grizzlies so far in tonight's game, as they've also gone 9 for 16 from the free throw line. They've taken 15 more free throws than Soda Springs and the Lady Cardinals have so far in tonight's game. Also, as you look at shooting percentages in tonight's game, 21% for Grace. They're struggling once again in that category. Soda Springs, though, 12 for 30 for a 40% clip from the field. That is not a bad number to be shooting if you're the Soda Springs Cardinals, as they have definitely rebounded from the struggles that they had. The one place where they have struggled is from the three-point line, 1 for 7 from beyond the arc. Grace not doing much better, though, as they are 0 for 3. We'll take another break here on the Machiko Therapeutic Services halftime show. Come back on the other side with the start of the second half of action on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online where you can watch live video streaming of tonight's contest at mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go fish, Dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Back out here once again at the home of the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals. We're about 30 seconds away from the start of the second half of play. You just got done listening to the Machiko Therapeutic Services halftime report on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. And right now the score on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard, 26-17, and again, I think the Grace Grizzlies happy to be going into the half right now with the score only in single digits against them, as they have not been shooting the ball very well from the field, and also they have not necessarily been able to find enough different people in order to get the ball to, in order to add to their scoring prowess in this game to this point in time. That's something they're going to have to work on as the game progresses throughout the night. Grizzlies will come out onto the court with a little bit of a lineup shake-up. They're going to have Kyrie Christensen taking a seat on the bench to open it up, as Shelby Stoddard will be on the court replacing her for the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals, there's also a little bit of a shakeup as Casey Smith into the starting lineup as she replaces she is out there in place of Alexa White, who has 3 fouls in the game so far. As they wait for the 8 minutes to get put up onto the board. Now it's up there. We're ready to go. Grace will start off quarter number 3 with the basketball. Pass it into Shelby Stoddard, and she will take over at the point guard. She walks to her left, passes the ball to Matthews. Brooke holds the ball quickly before swinging a pass into the hands of Rigby. Rigby works it all the way back around to the right side with the dribble before feeding it to Sorensen. Devaney takes the ball up above her head, finds Stoddard at the free throw line, wide open. No one near her, and Shelby drops it home for her first points of the night. It's back to a 7-point game, 26-19. That's exactly what Grace needed, and a quick timeout called by Soda Springs and the Cardinals as Coach Wade Schwanevelt wants to talk things over. We'll take a timeout as well here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals on KBRV 800 The Bear and online as Reagan Yamauchi takes the basketball, walks to the right side wings. Cardinals with a 7-point lead, and they'll give it over to Belknap. Wide open, air balls it over the hoop. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Janessa Rigby for her 4th board, and the Grizzlies have a chance to cut it back down to a 5-point game in the first minute. Stoddard, quick pass, gets it over to Cap. She drives baseline, cut off though, finds Rigby at the wing, and Janessa is going to pick up her dribble before skipping it over to Sorensen on the right side wing. Reversing side of the court, the Cardinals defense really hounding and extending deep to try and force the Grizzlies into a mistake. 7:01 to go here now as the clock continues to wind, and Sorensen's going to travel with the basketball, turns it back over to the Cardinals, and the Grizzlies will work their way back onto the defensive side of the court. Soda Springs will have Rasmussen inbound the basketball, and it'll be brought forward. Yamauchi gets it to Karani on the wing. Back up top to Reagan, who will work the ball just with her dribble at the top of the key. Walks over to her left, guarded outside by Stoddard. She'll Malou Stoddard now for a second. Thought about the 3, now steps inside, kicks it outside. Groning open for 3, off the back iron, no good. Briston Cap pulls down the board for her 4th, and again it will be Grace and the Grizzlies to bring it forward. Shelby Stoddard crosses over Yamauchi, drives in, kicks a pass to Cap, puts up a quick shot from the short range, can't get it to go. White pulls down the board, Smith pulls in the board. It's her first rebound of the game, and quickly back up court go the Cardinals. Groning feeds a pass to Belknap at the left side elbow before finding Yamauchi in the backcourt. She's going to walk it back towards the logo with it 16-16 on the clock. Over to the right side, Casey Smith looks inside to several cutters, finds Belknap, who lays one up and in. Great job by Belknap, just on a smart cut to an open spot, lays it in, and it's back to a 9-point advantage. 28-19 with 6:02 to go. Stoddard feeds the ball top of the key now for the Grizzlies. They'll find Rigby open in the wing. Her first 3-ball attempt of the night. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Sorensen, but she's on the line, and the Cardinals will have the basketball going back the other way. Turnover by Sorensen after she pulled in the board on the out-of-bounds line as the second one for the Grace Grizzlies, and the Cardinals will walk up the court. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Clock winds to the near side. The ball comes over to Smith. Cardinals working from left to right. We're in the white uniforms, black numbers, red trim, and black nut trim down the sides. It's Groning with the ball now. Side of the court. She'll pass it to Smith, top of the key, before moving it right wing. There's going to be Yamauchi just on the line. Puts up a 3-ball, no good. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Rasmussen. She can't get it to go. Stoddard gets this rebound, and the Grizzlies will come back the other way again, trying to keep the score in his single digits. Goes to Sorensen, left side wing, before passing it to Matthews. Back to Sorensen. She'll throw the ball away. Picked up by Smith on the run. No one in front of her. Coast to coast lays it in. Casey Smith with the steal and the score. It's another turnover for Grace and the Grizzlies. They got 15 in the game now with 5:04 to go. Quickly in transition, Grace puts up a shot. Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch by Soda Springs as Cap airballed the shot into the Cardinals, and it's going to be back over to Soda to inbound, the Grizzlies to inbound, down by 11, 30-19. Janessa Rigby to do the inbounding. Looks out to the wing. It's going to be Sorensen left wide open. Puts up a 3-ball. Skips off the side of the rim. Yamauchi has the ball land right in her hands for her 4th board. She'll pass the ball quickly up ahead to Groning. Stops and pops one off the side of the rim. This time Janessa Rigby in the right spot for that board. And the Grizzlies will survive once again without giving up any points. They'll break the press with Rigby. Fires a pass up to Cap. She's just inside the 3-point line. Quick shot put up. No good off the front of the rim. This time Smith pulls down the board once again for her 2nd. And again, it's the Grizzlies on defense. Yamauchi steps inside, really tries to dump a pass off. It's going to be intended for Rasmussen, almost picked off by the Grizzlies, and a foul's called on Rasmussen as she dove for the basketball. It'll be Kirsten's 3rd, team's 1st, and the 1st foul of the second half for either team. 4:28 to go. Timeout called here. We'll take a quick break as well on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Back out here once again at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as the score sits at 30-19 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Still looking for a shot of the game, which is brought to you by A&C Embroidery, making your team or business look good in Soda Springs. And of course, they are located, or excuse me, you can give them a call at any time, 208-604-1775. That's A&C Embroidery, the sponsors of your shot of the game. Still haven't found one. Casey Smith's 3-ball from deep still maybe that shot that we're going to consider as she hit the only 3 of the game for either team, although there's still plenty of time for Grace to make a comeback, so you'll never know if the Grizzlies can put their stamp onto the shot of the game. They have the ball coming out of the break as it will be Kyrie Christensen to inbound. She's going to look around, finally calls a timeout, and that is going to be a 30-second timeout, I believe. We'll see what it is. It is a 30, so we'll keep it right here for this one. And I want to remind you once again, this game brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialist surgeons, and they all work in state-of-the-art surgical facilities. They also feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. Caribou Memorial Hospital Living Center and clinics at 300 South, 3rd West in Soda Springs. 30-19 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard here as Soda Springs will again be on defense with that full court pressure that they have been known for around the area. To guard the inbounds pass, Kyrie Christensen set to do the inbounding once again. She'll find Kara Harrison, dumps it back to Christensen, and she'll look to break the press on her own. Walks up the left side, feeds a pass, and gets it up ahead across the timeline to Sorensen. Devaney drives over to her left, gives this one over to Cap, who's going to be fouled. That'll go on Tawny Barfus. It'll be her 1st foul of the game. And with the score at 30-19 now, it'll be another chance for the Grizzlies to inbound. Only the 2nd team foul on Soda Springs in this quarter with 4:17 to go. Sorensen stands on the near side baseline, or sideline, I should say, in front of the Grace bench. She'll pass it to Christensen, who walks it to her right. Looks inside, crosses back to her left, hesitates, now passes it to Sorensen. She'll feed it top of the key to Jensen. Josie looks over to her right, finds Harrison. She'll find it back to Sorensen on the wing, back to Jensen. Playing a little bit of a triangle here as the Grizzlies will move it back up to the top, and it's going to be Christensen. Guarded outside by Groning before feeding it to Sorensen on the wing, back up top to Jensen again. Down low, Cap goes around, turns around, fouled on the way up, and that's going to send Cap to the line for a pair of free throws. The foul is going to go on Barfus, so back-to-back fouls on Tawny. And Cap, who has yet to take a free throw tonight, will step to the stripe. 30-19 the score still, trying to cut it back to single digits if she can make this free throw, and she does. It's now a 10-point lead, I should say, if she makes both these free throws. The Grizzlies enjoying one of their best free throw shooting performances of the year. 10 for 17 now, as Cap, again at the line, right-handed shooter, puts this one up. That's good as well. Make it back-to-back makes for Cap now. She's got 2 points in the game. To a 9-point game it goes, 30-21. It'll be Yamauchi to walk the ball forward, crosses the logo, feeds it to Groning on the left side wing. Holds the ball over her head, looks for a cutting Yamauchi, who breaks free, but Christensen right there to hound her. Gives it back to Groning. She'll pass it back to Yamauchi. The two playing catch with each other. Now they'll find a new man in Casey Smith. She looks down low. Finds a cutter. No pass to her, though, and it's going to be Casey backing the ball out once again. 3:29 to go. Now Yamauchi takes the ball. He looks for words of advice from Coach Schwanevelt on the sideline before feeding it back to Smith. Looks inside again, looking for a cutter. Smith holds it on the wing before backing it out once again. They'll find Barfus left side. Over to Groning on the wing, guarded on the outside there by Jensen before feeding it back to Smith. Smith gives it to Yamauchi. She'll walk it top of the key again. The Cardinals look like they're going to run a different play this time as they will find Barfus on the right side wing. Patience being shown here by the Cardinals. Plenty of time here to work with. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Groning steps back, gives it over to Yamauchi, right side wing once again. Grizzlies give them some credit. Their man defense doing a very good job rotating around with the Cardinals as they have yet to give up any good open scoring chances, and the Cardinals have never really stopped moving the basketball. This time it's going to change, though. Belknap puts up a shot. Rebound's going to come off the side of the rim, though, into the hands of Kara Harrison, her first chance to get into the scorebook, and with 2:35 to go, the Grizzlies defense holds. Christensen walks the ball forward again. It's going to be left side wing. She'll take it. Goes back to her right at the free throw line. Skips a pass over into the hands of Sorensen, who gives it to Jensen. Jensen finds Kara Harrison. She'll put up a quick jumper. No good. Rebound to Jessie Belknap. And Jessie will bring it quickly up the court. It's going to be into Yamauchi. Up ahead, Barfus on the low block on the right side. Picks up her dribble. Loses it back out to Yamauchi. She'll hesitate. Picks it back out to Smith. Smith will drop it over into the hands of Groning, who will hold it for a moment before walking it back to the top of the key. Grizzlies again working with their man defense, fighting through screens. The pass is going to be thrown away. Grizzlies can't corral the basketball, though. It's thrown away again, though. Back-to-back times, the Cardinals throw the ball into the hands of Grace, their 5th turnover of the game, and it's going to be brought up by Sorensen. Quickly over to the left side corner to Harrison. Sorensen looks back over to her right, now feeds it to Harrison in the corner once again. Thought about the three, now goes up top to Christensen, who walks to her right. Christensen feeds it to Sorensen, standing in front of the fans. She'll pick up her dribble, fags the pass down to the low block. Harrison spins around, puts up a shot, blocked away by Belknap. Harrison loses the ball out of bounds, but is stripped out of her hands. And the rebound is going to go, or it's going to be a chance for the Grizzlies to inbound underneath their own basket. Harrison with her 2nd rebound of the game. Minute and 25 to go here, 3rd quarter, 30-21. The Grizzlies down by 9, but with the basketball. They'll pass the ball out to Jensen. On the line, puts up a 2, can't get it to go off the side of the rim. This time Belknap fights down the rebound, flailing hard to pull it into her hands, and the Grizzlies go back on defense as the Cardinals push the pace. Ariana sprints her way into the full court and then goes over to Groning in the corner. Callie will slow the pace down, feeds it to White, who gives it over to Barfus. They'll go left side wing. Ariana comes up top once again to Callie, who swings it right side to White. White looks down low. She's trying to feed it to Belknap. Double teamed in the low block, but Belknap fights up a shot. No good on the shot, but she'll have a pair of free throws coming up. Great job by Jessie using her derriere in order to clear some space before doing a flip around shot that gets her to the line. Foul is going to go on Brooke Matthews. It'll be her 3rd, first on the team. And Belknap steps to the line for her first free throws of the game. Only the 2nd and 3rd for the Cardinals tonight, and they can't get the first one as that one rolls off to the left side. 57 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Belknap, 2nd free throw up. That one is good as that rolls its way down. Jessie's got 5 points. It's to a 10-point lead. Sorensen with the ball, pushes the pace up court, tries to split a double team, pulls up her dribble and feeds it to Brooke Matthews. She'll go over to Christensen once again, directs some traffic. Moves Matthews over to the right, now holds the ball above her head before feeding it over to Sorensen, who goes up top to Jensen, right around to Matthews on the wing. Up top, Jensen passes it back to Sorensen. Cardinals doing a good job shifting their zone defense around the outside of the three-point line, forcing a lot of passes from Grace, but Grace doing a good job as well, moving the ball. Pass by Christensen, trying to get it inside to Barfus, poked away. Barfus then with the block attempt is going to be called for the foul, as they're going to say she stepped in to Christensen. It'll be free throws coming up for Kyrie, but the coaching staff on the bench for Soda Springs not happy, as Barfus will pick up her 3rd foul. They call that one on Jessie Belknap for the foul. First free throw by Christensen, up and good. She's got 12 points now. And she'll get one more free throw coming up, 31-22. Kyrie trying to give herself a lucky 13 points. Crouches down, puts up the right-handed free throw, splashes it through. She is now 7 for 8 on the night, and the Grizzlies back with an 8, 31-23. Ball past the right side. Groning holds it on the wing before they move it back around to White on the left side wing. Alexis holds the ball above her head, now uses her dribble to back it around top of the key. Belknap will walk her way down to the low block as Groning takes the ball right side corner. She'll look down low again before passing it over to Ariana. Ariana finds Belknap, fouled from behind. Kara Harrison draped all over Barfus, at the free throw line. It'll be the second team foul on the Grace Grizzlies, and another chance now as the Cardinals will inbound it from their own baseline. It'll be Ariana to open up the action. She passes it to Groning. She'll step to her left, steps up a shot quickly. 3-ball off the back iron. Rebound at the buzzer to nobody. And we will head to the fourth quarter of play. 31-23, an 8-point ball game here on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Back out here at the home of the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals, Kayla Burkraff on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Soda Springs opened the fourth quarter with the basketball, then automatically throws it away. The Grizzlies will bring the ball back up court themselves with Christensen feeding the ball to Rigby. She'll step inside on the baseline, feeds it back to Stoddard, top of the key. Shelby finds Rigby once again. She'll come around a screen, bounces the pass back up to Stoddard at the top of the key one more time with Yamauchi guarding her tight. Christensen now feeds the ball to Matthews. She'll find Stoddard outside, pump fakes on the three, feeds it to Christensen, wide open, splashes it home. Kyrie Christensen with a big three to get it back to a 5-point game, 31-26. That might be our ANC embroidery shot of the game right there. We'll keep an eye out for other ones, but that one definitely takes it into the lead as it's back to a ball game again. 7:09 to go. Yamauchi with the basketball over to her left side on the wing. Finds it into the hands of Ariana before feeding it right side to Groning. She's guarded outside by Rigby. Groning now has everyone open up, tries to answer back with a three of her own. Callie Groning with her first bucket of the game. It's 34-26, and it's back-to-back triples by either side. Up the court again. Cap pump fakes with the Grizzlies. Puts up a shot, lays it up and in. Briston Cap keeps the hot shooting going on for both teams here in quarter number 4. Neither team's missed, and the Grizzlies get a steal. It's a layup attempt missed by Brooke Matthews. Second attempt is no good. Jump ball is going to be called down on the ground. Brooke Matthews able to force a turnover from Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Their second one of the quarter, but they can't get the bucket to fall. 34-28 the score. It's a 6-point advantage for Soda Springs, and Shelby Stoddard gets set to inbound the basketball. She'll look deep, and she's going to find Briston Cap. Cap holds the ball, drives to her right, blocked on the shot attempt. Ball squirts over into the corner. Cap now tries to bounce it into the hands of Matthews. Instead, it's going to be a turnover into the hands of the Cardinals, and Groning will walk the ball back forward. Passes it right side to White. She'll swing the ball through with her arms before looking inside. Now comes back up top to Rasmussen before finding Groning. Left side wing, back-to-back threes. Got it! Groning with back-to-back triples herself. She's got 6 points, and it's to a 9-point lead again. 37-28. The Cardinals starting to make a little bit of a run here as Christensen spins in the lane, kicks it out to Cap. She pump fakes and travels with the ball. Turns it back over once again to Grace and the Grizzlies. The scoring's heated up, and now turnovers are definitely going to be a much, much bigger issue for either team, as with 5:55 to go, the Cardinals are having a chance to try and put this game away early on in the fourth. Up by 9. Groning brings the ball forward. Backs it out now near the 10-foot line on the volleyball court before feeding this one into the hands now of Smith. Casey walks to her right. Now back to her left. She'll cut back over to Groning. She'll step inside, step back, puts it over into the hands of Smith. Underneath pass, trying to find Belknap. Fights for the ball. Now she's going to walk with the basketball and turn it over. That's the 8th turnover of the game now for Soda Springs by my tally. 5:30 to go, 37-28 to go on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Christensen to inbound for the Cardinals after the turnover. Rigby takes the ball, and the Cardinals will walk the ball up court with Christensen taking the lead for the Grizzlies. She'll go over to her left on the wing. Gets cut off there by Rasmussen. Now walks back to her right, back to her left. Gives it over to Matthews in the corner. Brooke walks it to the wing before going over to Jensen. Open for three. Can't get it to go. Rebound tracked into the hands of Rasmussen as she gets her second board. And Groning will again fire a pass up ahead. White holds onto the ball in the right side corner. Working from left to right of the Cardinals as they've switched sides since the half. Groning goes inside on the wing. Now backs it out. Goes over to Rasmussen. Feeds it over into the corner. Casey Smith for three off the side of the rim. Rebound goes high into the air, and a jump ball is going to be called as tying it up. It was Janessa Rigby and Jessie Belknap both tying up the basketball. 4:51 to go now, and it will remain Soda Springs basketball on the possession arrow. It'll be Yamauchi to do the inbounding. So Reagan will look in. Line breaks up. They'll lob a pass into Belknap. Down in the lane. She's fouled. It'll be on the ground, though. And Jessie gets up off the ground as I think Jessie thought she was going to have free throws coming up. Instead, it'll be an inbounds pass coming up for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Foul goes on Kyrie Christensen, her second. Team's third on the Grace Grizzlies, so still neither team early in foul trouble in this quarter. Backdoor pass into the hands of Casey Smith. Shot no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Brooke Matthews. She'll give it up ahead to Christensen, who's going to bring the ball back out top of the key. Grizzlies down right now by 9, 37-28. Rigby tries to change it with a triple. No good. Rebound tipped around into the hands of Reagan. She'll bring it up court, and Reagan will pull the ball back at the top of the key. Finds Groning left side wing, a three of her own. In and out, no good. Skips into the hands of Christensen, who secures the rebound for her fifth of the game. And again, the Grizzlies will come back up almost halfway through quarter number 4, 37-28. Grizzlies trailing by single digits, but needing some points to fight back in. Jensen inside the lane, blocked away. Rasmussen comes up with a block of her own. Yamauchi comes up the court, tries to Euro step her way around Brooke Matthews. Fouled on the shot, and she'll head to the line for a pair of free throws as Matthews picks up, I believe, what will be her fourth foul. It is her fourth. And for Yamauchi, who has yet to take a free throw tonight, it'll be a pair at the stripe. She'll crouch low and then walks her way up to the line, trying to give the Cardinals a double-digit lead. And Reagan, one of the better free throw shooters on the Cardinals this season. First free throw, no good. And I apologize for that one. That's on me. I just jinxed her. 4:07 to go. Both sides make some substitutions for the Grizzlies. It's 3 in and 3 out for the Cardinals. It is going to be White checking in to replace Belknap. 4:07 to go. Clock stopped here with free throws coming up for Yamauchi. She missed the first one. Crouches low, and the freshman eyes the second. This one well short, airballed. Back-to-back misses, and Reagan hangs her head with a sheepish grin on her face as the pressure may have gotten to her on that one. 4:07 to go now, and again, Rigby to do the inbounding. She'll fake a pass one way, now bounces this one into the hands of Sorensen. Double-teamed in the corner, dribbles herself out of it, gets it up to Christensen. 3-on-2 as Christensen quickly goes into lane, fires up a shot, blocked away, now gets her own rebound on the block, fires it up to the top. Sorensen now feeds the ball into Rigby. She'll step up, puts a three up, off the back of the rim, off the back of the backboard, tipped out to Sorensen, over to Christensen. Her shot short, this time Groning secures the rebound. That's her second, and it's another chance here as back up the court will come the Cardinals into the middle of the paint. It's going to be a turnaround jumper. Rasmussen got the ball and flipped her body around in midair and was able to drop it home. It's back to a double-digit lead for the Cardinals. Christensen picks up her dribble before crossing the timeline. A timeout called by Kyle Christensen, the head coach of the Grace Grizzlies. He has a frustrated look on his face, wanting to talk things over. We'll take a break here. On the other side of this, we'll have the resumption of the fourth quarter of play on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Black Friday and Small Business Saturday are big events at Sanders Flooring, Furniture, and Appliance. These 2 days you can take an additional 10% off all furniture and appliances, including sale prices. Lazy Boy Furniture, new shipments arriving daily. Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, freezers, and microwaves. Take an additional 10% off this Friday and Saturday. And don't forget to sign up to win the 85th anniversary gift certificates to be given away next Monday. Sanders Flooring, Furniture, and Appliance on Main Street in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals here on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online where you can watch live video streaming of tonight's game at mylocalradio.com/ Soda Springs. The score right now sits at 39-28 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. And the Cardinals will be on defense when we come back out of this timeout break, as the Cardinals looking to try and hold on to this 11-point lead and sweep the Grizzlies on the year. But Grace has definitely made a game of it. A lot of that thanks to Kyrie Christensen, who has 16 points, over half of the points that the Grizzlies have scored so far tonight. Rigby with the basketball will look inside. Nobody comes up to her. Finally fires it to Christensen, who secures the basketball on the left side wing. She'll cross back over, kicks the ball outside. It's going to be Kara Harrison. She'll find Christensen, who drives baseline, floats one up, gets the friendly roll on the rim, drops it home, and Christensen gets it back to single digits. 39-30. Cardinals almost turn the ball over. Rasmussen finds the ball over to Yamauchi. She's fouled from behind. Kyrie Christensen going to be the one responsible for the foul. And no bonus yet. That'll be Kyrie's third, as Yamauchi was the one who had her on her back. Another chance now as the ball is going to be inbounded by the Cardinals. It's going to be Kirsten Rasmussen up ahead to Smith. Smith flips the ball over to Yamauchi. She drives into the lane. Quick little reach, but nobody steps in front of her. Reagan hits double digits on the night. She's got 10 points, 41-30, back to an 11-point lead. Up the court once again will come the Grizzlies. Under 3 minutes to play. Christensen takes it on a give and go. Goes underneath the lane. Fouled on the way up. Kirsten Rasmussen's going to pick up her fourth foul now. And the Grizzlies will be sending Kyrie Christensen to the line, as she will end up having now a pair of free throws to try and add to her total. She's already 7 for 8 at the stripe tonight, and she's taken free throws in all 4 quarters. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go here. As Christensen puts up the front end, gets it to go. She's now taken free throws in every quarter, and she's made a free throw in every single quarter, trying to keep her percentage high and keeps the team's percentage high. They have yet to miss here in in the second half. 5 for 5. Trying to make it 6 for 6, and a whistle blown. And not sure what this was. Either way, the free throw was good, but it will not count. 41-31 with 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Rasmussen will pass the ball up ahead to Smith, who crosses the timeline. Double team quickly, throws the ball away, but it's going to be tracked down by Alexis White. Alexis goes back up top to Smith with the Grizzlies down by 10. Cardinals with the basketball, working left to right. It's going to be Smith passing it off to White. Cardinals just running some clock right now. 2:20 to go as Groning will take the ball into the backcourt, or into the front court, I should say, at the top of the key. Gives it off to Rasmussen. Over to Smith once again, far sideline. Smith drives it over to the corner. Groning pump fakes on a shot, now dribbles it back around top of the key. Clock winds to 2:05 to go. Cardinals doing a great job of just milking clock around right now as White now takes the ball, goes to her left, has it poked away, but it's going to be a foul on Kara Harrison. That'll be her second foul, and the team's sixth, so still no bonus free throws coming up for the Cardinals yet, but the next one will put them into that category. 1:58 to go now as Kirsten Rasmussen will inbound from the far sideline. She'll go into the backcourt where Yamauchi picks up the basketball and will walk it across the timeline. Well, she still hasn't yet. Crosses the logo now, guarded by Christensen, drives to the near side, and a foul now is going to be called on Christensen. She's got 4, so she is going to be walking the tight sideline of whether to foul and how aggressive to play now with 4 fouls. That's 1-and-1 free throws, though, and Yamauchi will step to the line where she is 0 for 2 so far tonight. Gets the basketball from the official with 1:49 to go on the clock and toes the line. Crouches down, puts the first one up, and gets it to go. So she earns 1 more. That gives her 11 points tonight as well to lead all scorers for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Been held down a little bit in this second half. Only 16 points for the team in the half right now. As Yamauchi crouches low, puts up another one. That one bounces off the front end. Harrison pulls down the rebound, so no good on the rebound on the free throw. It's an 11-point lead, though. Pass up ahead quickly is going to be taken by Harrison. Feeds it over into the hands of Sorensen. Back to Harrison. She'll drive to the free throw line. Foul going to be called away from the basketball. Shot up and good by Harrison, but the foul is going to go on Reagan Yamauchi as she had incidental contact in the paint with one of the Grizzlies. So Reagan picks up her second foul. It'll be the team's 6th. And with 1:37 to go, the Grizzlies will be inbounding from underneath their own baseline. Once again, Harrison to start the action. She'll pass this one into Christensen. Drives around into the paint. Fights up a shot. No good on the shot. Rebound's going to hit the deck. And it's going to be Alexis White to pull down the board. Her second of the game. She'll pass it up ahead to Groning with 1:30 to go. And Callie's going to back the ball out. She'll pass it down low now to Smith, who was open under the hoop. Puts one up wildly over the shot. No good on the shot. And the rebound goes into the hands of Devaney Sorensen for her fourth. Quickly up ahead. Grizzlies push the pace. Throw the ball away. Cardinals come away with the steal. That's going to end up going as the 18th turnover. And now a timeout's quickly called by Soda Springs to avoid turning it back over to the Grizzlies, as there was confusion at center court with the ball down on the deck. An 11-point lead with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go. A 30-second timeout is going to be called by Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Back out here once again at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. 1 minute and 11 seconds to go. Cardinals inbounding the basketball. They get it to Yamauchi in the backcourt, and the clock will wind as it's going to be Devaney Sorensen guarding Yamauchi as she crosses the timeline. She'll almost get it, force a steal. Yamauchi now catches the screen. Foul is going to be called. This will go on Grace and the Grizzlies. That's going to go on Devaney Sorensen, so it will be her second foul, and sends Yamauchi to the line for more 1-and-1 free throws, where she is 1 for 4 tonight. Very uncharacteristic from the freshman for the Cardinals. A lot of bright spot coming out from this freshman, too, on the year. As she steps to the line, 1:01 to go here. Fourth quarter of play, an 11-point lead for Soda Springs. They're trying to ice this victory away. Can't do it with that shot. Rebound comes into the hands of Kara Harrison for her fourth, and the Grizzlies come back up court. Christensen almost loses the ball, finds Harrison. She'll put up a three ball from the corner off the back of the rim. Groning pulls down the board. That's going to go as her third rebound, and the Grizzlies will foul as Sorensen's going to reach for the steal, ends up committing the foul, and it sends Groning to the line now for 1-and-1 free throws. 9th team foul on the Grace Grizzlies. Callie yet to attempt a free throw so far tonight. We'll have this one coming up. So far, Soda on the night, only 3 for 8. So not a good free throw shooting percentage for them so far on the evening. But this one coming up from Callie trying to change that. She'll crouch low, puts it up, gets it to go. And the senior will earn one more. She's got 7 points tonight, all 7 of them here in the fourth quarter of play, with a pair of threes earlier on in the game, really helping push her along. As those threes definitely are leading candidate for our ANC embroidery shot of the game. Another chance here coming up. Groning puts this one up, side of the rim, can't get it to go. Yamauchi tracks down the board, and the Cardinals can run off some more time with a 12-point lead. 43-31, Groning with the basketball. Double team, fouled now. We'll see who they call this one on. That's going to go again on Sorensen. It'll be her 4th foul now, and 2 free throws coming up for Callie now at the stripe, as she will head right back to where she went 1 for 2. This game eerily similar to the first time these two teams played, very tight for most of the way through. The Grizzlies, though, just not able to come up with enough. And now the Cardinals build the lead up to 13 points at 44-31 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. One more attempt coming up for Callie as she will once more toe the line. Spins the ball into her hand. Puts it up short off the front of the rim. Again, rebound pulled into the hands of Alexis White. She's fouled on the way up on a shot attempt, and she'll have a pair of free throws coming up now. This time the foul is going to be called on Sorensen once again, so she will foul out of the game with 3 points and 4 rebounds to her credit. And 2 more shots for Alexis White at the stripe. As Alexis, yet to score in tonight's game, trying to break that schneid and get herself into the book. She can't do it on the first free throw as that rolls off the rim to the near side. 32.3 seconds to go here, fourth quarter of play. And another chance for Alexis White as she'll crouch down, puts up the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound this time goes into Josie Jensen's hands for her 5th rebound of the game, and she'll give it off to Christensen. Quick pass up ahead. Rigby in the right side corner. Holds the ball for a moment, feeds it back to Christensen, skips a pass near side. It's going to be Harrison. She'll be double teamed. Dribbles the ball for a moment, feeds it to Jensen, who drives into the lane, loses the ball, travels with the basketball, and will turn it back over to Soda Springs for the 7th time in this half. That has been where Grace has really struggled with this game. Down by 13, it'll be another chance now for the Cardinals to inbound the basketball. Full court pressure still being applied by Grace as they're trying to make the score a little bit more reasonable with under 14 to play. Yamauchi with the basketball, goes to her left, holds the ball for a moment, 9 seconds to go as she'll have to dribble it out. Now passes up ahead. Casey Smith gets it in the front court with 3 seconds to go. Cardinals can dribble out the clock, but a quick shot put up by White rims out, and that will do it for this game. Final score 44-31. Soda Springs moves to 3-1 on the year. The Grace Grizzlies drop to 2-3. Back after this on more on your home for Grizzlies and Soda Springs basketball here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton food specials from November 19th through December 2nd. Don't forget to check out Lalaton's for your turkey selections, as they have plenty of frozen turkeys for your Thanksgiving meals. They also have you covered with holiday rib roasts at $7.99 a pound, or frozen bone-in half-spiral hams at $1.29 a pound. Looking for some fruits and vegetables? They have yams for 49 cents. Don't forget about their cranberries at $1.99 for every 12-ounce package. That's a look at all your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Time to wrap things up here at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, where they come away with a 44-31 victory over Grace and the Lady Grizzlies, as they really were led on a good push late in that game in order to come away with the victory. Grace did make it close, though, until late in the fourth quarter, especially the early part of the fourth quarter. It was a very, very tight contest between these two squads as they battled it out all night in this game. And Grace, again, just coming up just short of the victory in this one. Finishing tallying up the numbers here on the game, as Grace will start off with their numbers. They're led by Kyrie Christensen, 19 points in the game. She was the leading scorer for either team. Also 6 rebounds in the game as well for Christensen. She ended up as well with 1 assist in the contest. Grace only 6 assists as a team in the contest on the night. After her, really not much other scoring. 4 points for Briston Camp, 3 points for Devaney Sorensen, 1 point for Janessa Rigby, and 2 points for Shelby Stoddard. Kyrie Christensen led the way with 6 rebounds as well. 5 rebounds for Janessa Rigby and Josie Jensen, as the two outside shooters really did a good job working their way into the painted area for Grace and the Lady Grizz. 2 rebounds for Brooke Matthews, 4 rebounds for Kara Harrison, 4 for Devaney Sorensen. 4 rebounds as well for Briston Camp, and 3 for Shelby Stoddard. 33 rebounds in the game for Grace and the Grizzlies. They out-rebounded Soda Springs in this contest by 7 by my count, and by the official scorebook by 9 rebounds in that one. Grace also had one of their best free throw shooting percentages of the night, 14 for 21 in this game, as they come away with a 66% free throw shooting percentage in the loss. On the other side for Soda Springs and the Cardinals, they were led by Reagan Yamauchi with 11 points in the game. The freshman also pulled in 6 rebounds. And if you're looking at assist numbers, had 5 assists as well, with all 5 of those coming in the first half of play. 8 points apiece, both to Callie Groning and Casey Smith. Groning ended up edging it out with all 8 of those points coming in the fourth quarter of play, with 3 rebounds as well to add to her total. 6 points going to Tawny Barfus, 5 points for Jessie Belknap, and 4 points for Kirsten Rasmussen. Wrapping up all the scoring was Taylor Myers, who had 2 points in the first quarter. Rebound-wise, 6 rebounds, as I said, was Yamauchi with the lead in that category. 4 for Jessie Belknap, 2 rebounds apiece for Kirsten Rasmussen, Tarney Barfus, Ariana Finlayson, and Taylor Myers. Also, Casey Smith pulled in a pair with Alexi White and Callie Groning pulling in 3 rebounds apiece as well. Soda Springs ended up with 13 assists on the game, 6 assists for Grace and Lady Grizzlies. Grace only shot 18% for the game, as they shot 8 for 43 from the field, 36% for Soda Springs on 18 for 50. There's your difference in the game right there. Turnovers also a big piece, as Grace turned it over 17 times compared to the 9 times that the Soda Springs Cardinals turned it over. So a big issue there for Grace and the Lady Grizz that they need to work on figuring out if they want to continue on throughout the season and get themselves some victories. We'll be back after this. Well, actually, we have one more piece of business to take to, and that's our shot of the game, brought to you by A&C Embroidery, in the business of making your business or team look good. 208-604-1775, the number. Give them a call if you have any embroidery needs that you have that need to be taken care of. And our shot of the game, you got to give it to Callie Groning. Her back-to-back threes that she made in the fourth quarter to keep pace with the Grace Grizzlies and keep the Grizzlies from extending their lead too much. That definitely ends up pulling away as our shot of the game in tonight, as those were clutch in giving Soda Springs a little bit of momentum in order to secure this double-digit victory. We'll take another break, come back another side with our sports update, as we're going to be sitting down and having a chat with another one of the Soda Springs coaches here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go fish, Dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Back out here at the home of the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals, it's time for us to jump into our sports update. We had a chance to sit down with the head coach of the Soda Springs Cardinals basketball team and talk with him as Greg Bergholm talked with us about what the Soda Springs boys are bringing to the table this year.
Caleb Berggraf joined here with Greg Bergholm, the head coach of the boys basketball team at Soda, and it's a little late getting your interviews on. You've been practicing for about a week and a half at this point in time. What's your thoughts on the team that you're bringing to the table this year?
It's going to be a different year this year. We've lost a lot of players the last couple of years, but I expect us to really be competitive. We're going to learn a lot early with the team that we have. We got a young team, got a couple seniors that have been here that'll give us some good leadership, a couple seniors coming off the bench, but it's going to be a growing experience at first, but by the end of the year I think we'll be where we want to be.
A lot of coaches really don't like that rebuilding phase, but for some it can be a little bit exciting because you get to start teaching a new wave of players and start really kind of getting new players ready for another big run at 3 or 4 straight years of being able to do good things when it comes to tournament time. Which kind of coach are you? Would you rather have the new players, or would you rather have a completely veteran staff that you can lead and not have to worry about rebuilding?
I don't like the word rebuild either. I like to just call it reloading, because I think that we develop kids from the freshman level up. It's always nice to have some leadership, but I don't call it rebuilding, I call it reloading. And I think we've got some good kids coming in. We've got some leadership. We've got kids that'll be able to help and mentor the others. We had a jamboree last night. I already seen leadership from some of the kids that played varsity last year helping the other kids. So a mixture is good, I think.
We'll talk a little bit more about that jamboree later on, but one of the other questions I have for you is you've been coaching here in this county for 20 years now. What's the state of basketball in the county, and how much has the sport grown as far as just keeping teams competitive and keeping fans and kids interested in the game?
To me, high school basketball, boys basketball and girls, it's really big in this area. You know, it's winter, it's cold, there's nothing else to do. It's been great. The communities are so supportive, and Grace has a good basketball team. Bancroft's usually competitive in theirs and has a good basketball team, so it's a great thing, I think.
Caleb Berggraf with Greg Bergholm, the head coach of the boys basketball team at Soda, and talking about that jamboree now. You played Grace and you played Marsh Valley. You beat Grace by 4 points, and then you tied with Marsh Valley. What were your thoughts on just the overall performance of the kids during that jamboree?
You know, I was actually really pleased with how we played. Grace has a great team this year. They had us outmatched, several mismatches in size, and our defense was outstanding in that game. We didn't shoot the ball quite as well as I would hope, but our defense hopefully this year will be what kind of anchors our team and gives us a chance to win in every game. Marsh Valley, a real physical team as well, shot the ball terrible again. They ran a trapping zone on us, and you got to hit some outside shots when they're sitting in that, and we just didn't shoot the ball well, but we fought, and we kept in there and hit a shot right at the buzzer to tie it up, so it was a positive experience.
A couple more questions for you. Looking at where the team needs to get to this year, what are the biggest weak points on the team, and where do you need to put the most work in?
I don't know if I'd call them weak points, but we've got to utilize our inside game. I've got returning guards that have experience. We don't have returning big men really with a lot of experience. We have one, but we've got to use our inside game. We've got to really rely on our defense to trigger things. We're fast, you know, we can trap, we can press, but if I called this any kind of weak points, I'd say that we have to work on our interior game, and that's not just the big men, it's our guards trusting our big men to get the ball and make things happen as well.
With this county, when you look at District 5, not just the county, but the overall area of southeastern Idaho, one of the things on the boys' side is it's really a juggernaut, whether it's football, whether it's baseball, whether it's basketball. It takes a lot to get to the state tournament from this district. Is that a good thing in your opinion, that you do have to battle it out, or would you like to be in one of the districts where it's not necessarily the dogfight, it's going to be night in and night out when you're playing against teams like Westside, Bear Lake, Malad, Aberdeen?
You know, there's a side of you that would like it easy and just know you're going to state every year, but it's never that way. We've been to state several years and been the runner-up in our district and had to fight through a play-in game. I personally think it makes us that much better. You know, we've gone to state and been very successful, and I think that's a lot because of what we have to fight through just to get to state through our district.
Greg, thank you for the time. I'm looking forward to watching you guys as the season goes on, and hopefully it turns into a great season for Soda basketball.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to
Then what
believe
you're going to
this.
do is turn onto Marcy
and Brad
Avenue.
just broke up,
and go past
and
the first
apparently
3
she's
lights
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then drive
think
5
she's
more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who am
there.
I to judge, right?
Park on the
Anyway,
right. That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
That wraps up our broadcast here tonight on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Again, final score 44-31. Grace and the Lady Grizzlies go down for the second time this year to Soda Springs and the Lady Cardinals. Our next broadcast is going to be on the air on Tuesday. We'll be here at 6:40 and on the air at 6:40, I should say, with the opening tip set for 7 o'clock between Soda Springs and American Falls. And the Lady Beavers will come in here after the Cardinals beat them 60-30 the first time they played on the season. That'll be another home game, though, coming up your way. I want to thank you for listening in to the Cardinals post-game show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used to rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I'd also like to thank our sales team, as well as our office manager, Kay Miller, and general manager, Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. Once again, final score tonight, 44-31. Soda Springs moves to 3-1 on the season. For tonight's videographer from Grace and the Lady Grizzlies, I'm Caleb Bergraff saying tune in next time on Tuesday when the Cardinals head to the court once again to take on American Falls and the Lady Beavers.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation of Caribou County basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Visit our website for a full schedule of upcoming games and for recaps of every game we have covered this year. Until next time we take to the air with Caribou County Sports, goodbye and good night.